Okay, so welcome everybody to this week's Wednesday, Akashic Wednesday live or replay, depending on what you're doing. So this was an interesting topic. I was kind of umming and ahhing. What do I do? What do I do? What do my guides want us to look at? And then the topic presented itself yesterday. So this was kind of basically this topic of standing in our power to be authentic, be authentically us, came from me yesterday, sharing to a stranger who had come into the house to do some repair work on what I did as a business. And I haven't got an issue with sharing what I do because I'm very proud of having a spiritual business. But he noted my body language. As soon as I said, I run a spiritual business and I work in the Akashic Records and I do tarot, I crossed my arms and I crossed my legs as a kind of a protective response. And he clocked it. But he didn't say anything until later because this guy himself, he come to clean my cooker and stuff like that. His wife was very spiritual. He knew all about Reiki, and so it first of all it showed me that I shouldn't make judgment, although I wasn't consciously making a judgment. Subconsciously I was, because of the way that I was closing myself, and it just also demonstrated to me that doesn't matter where people have kind of come from, what they've done. There's more and more people just being very open to this, and it sounded to me from getting his backstory that he kind of knew all about crystals and spirituality and all of this type of stuff, way before I was kind of connected with it. So it was just really interesting how we can subconsciously make some kind of judgment and respond to that. And that's what I did. And he said, you don't have to be embarrassed for what you do. And I was like, I wasn't embarrassed. He was like, yeah, you crossed your arms, you crossed your legs as soon as you kind of said that. And so this is where this has come from. So clearly for me personally, I have still had some fear, programming, trauma, or some kind of implant or something that is just not working, that's still triggering that response. So I thought this is perfect. So I wanted us to go into the Akashic Records to connect with something that is perhaps still creating that response in some shape or form for you. And it may not obviously be linked with a business or anything. It could be linked with just feeling unsettled, maybe in a certain relationship, and not feeling that you can really kind of share how you feel or share the things that you're interested about. Now, of course, if we're on a spiritual path, there's always going to be people that are interested and people that are not, and we're going to have the conversations with the right people, because some people are just not open to crystals and tarot and all of that type of stuff and our healing journey, and that's absolutely fine because that's their journey. But in those kind of situations that I was in yesterday, there probably is still a hesitancy for some of you in terms of what your interests are, what your hobbies are, perhaps while you're feeling kind of having an off day, because you know that you're shifting some kind of energy based on a meditation that you did yesterday, and you may not want to share that. And it may be appropriate not to share that, but there may be a hesitancy because you think that the other person's not interested or doesn't want to hear. So I want to clear some of that energies, but I also want to do some root chakra work just to support you with feeling more safe, feeling more secure, just in your environment, and in speaking your truth. Now, I know that obviously comes down to the throat chakra as well, but it seemed more key for me to do root chakra work than it did for the throat. So that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to bring in our spiritual support team. We'll get grounded, and then we'll go on this Akashic journey to see where we go. And for those that don't know me, my name is Marina. I just shared a lot about myself without actually introducing my name. I'm the Soul Alchemist, and I support people with clearing non-beneficial energies, programming, things that really hold us back in our life and in our business. And I connect with the Akashic Records. I use the Akashic Records to support you with that. And I also like to share this practice so that you can empower yourself by using the Akashic Records as well to heal and empower your own journey. So what I'd like you to do is just to kind of get comfortable. We've got beautiful weather here as well, so hopefully there won't be too much noise because I have got the window open. So I'm going to just get you to close your eyes and just take a deep breath in for me. I'm just going to call back your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on that out breath, just allow everything to release. Just allow the body to soften. Just really start to bring your attention and your awareness back to the physical body. And I'd just like you to turn your hands over so your palms are facing upwards, just so you're in a more receptive position to receive the healing, to receive the guidance that is there for us today. And then take another deep breath in, calling back your energy from across time and space, people and events. And again, on that out breath, just relax the shoulders, soften the forehead, slacken the jaw. And again, just feel your body relaxing in the chair, feeling the back, your back against the chair, just feeling that support that you have. And again, take another deep breath in, calling back your energy from across time and space, people and events. And on that out breath, just bringing your attention down to the heart space, coming out of the head, dropping into the heart, and bringing your attention to your feet and starting to feel the heaviness of your feet and that connection with the earth, connection with the floor, and again feeling supported by the ground. And I want you to imagine that Mother Earth is sending up a beautiful red root from the heart of her crystalline heart. Just imagine that that root is making its way from the crystal heart through the soil, through the lava, through the earth's crust, higher and higher, higher and higher. And with this root comes the energy of safety and security. And that root is being taken through your Earth Star chakra, which becomes activated, starts to glow, starts to buzz, it starts to hum. And the root is coming up now through the floor below your feet. And it's just going to wrap itself gently around your ankles. Just feel perhaps a tingling or a shift of energy as Mother Earth wraps that root just very, very lightly around the ankles. And Mother Earth is just making a connection here. She's just bringing up her nourishing and nurturing energy and a sense of groundness. So feeling very connected to the earth. And you'll notice that your body will start to take on this red colour. And if you can't see or imagine that, just sense or just feel this happening and just know that it's happening. And your body is starting to absorb this red crystalline energy as it's making its way up the legs. And it'll start to make its way through all of your major chakras. So we're taking it up through the root chakra, which becomes activated, taking it through the sex organs, through the sacral, higher again, below the belly button through the navel chakra, higher again, above the belly button through the solar plexus. Bringing it now up to the heart chakra, and take a deep breath in here for me. And on the out breath, I just want you to feel your heart chakra opening just a little bit more, expanding in the chest as you allow that crystalline energy to penetrate the layers of the heart chakra, dissolving anything that can be dissolved at this time, any layers on the heart wall just being released, allowing you to be a little bit more vulnerable but comfortable with that. We're now bringing the energy up to the shoulders and allowing it to fall down to the arms, all the way down to the palm chakras, which are open and ready to receive this crystalline energy. And again, you may feel a tingling in the palms, an activation of sorts. Bringing your attention now up through to the neck and to the throat, taking the red energy up into the head, up to the third eye, the point between your eyebrows. It's spreading either side of your head into the ears, through the ear chakras, which are just opening, into the middle of the head through the pituitary and pineal gland, and up to the crown. And just imagine that your crown chakra is this beautiful red flower with long petals. And as the crown chakra opens, those red petals just fall gently around the back of the head, around the face. And that beam of light, that beautiful red beam of light, is now filling the room. It's activating the etheric chakras above your head. And it's traveling to every corner of the room, through every object, every piece of technical equipment, anything that holds a magnetic energy. Everything is being just cleansed and cleared. Mother Earth is taking that energy, and I can see her taking that to the earth, and it's just being transmuted and transformed there. You'll notice that your auric field is soaking and absorbing that red energy as it's coming back towards the skin, and it sinks within the skin back into the physical body, filling your cells, your energetic DNA. Every aspect of you is filled with this beautiful Mother Earth energy, allowing you to feel very present, very grounded, very earthed. We're now going to call in the archangels to hold you in this angelic sphere of light. Archangel Michael behind you, Archangel Gabriel to your left, Archangel Uriel in front, and Archangel Raphael to your right. We invite you all to be with us now, to hold the space whilst we journey into the Akashic Records. We invite Archangel Sandalphon to bring up a connection to Middle Earth and the elemental realms, the divas, the crystals. So just allowing Archangel Sandalphon to hold the space below our feet. And can we invite Archangel Metatron to bring down a pillar of pure divine source energy. And this pillar is this bright golden white light, Archangel Metatron is commanding this light down, and this golden pillar of light is making its way through the ceiling, around our physical bodies, and it's making its way past all of the chakras, through the floor of the room, and that pillar of light continues to connect with the heart of Mother Earth. So you're held in angelic light, you're held in a pure pillar of divine source energy, and you're held by Mother Earth and that red crystalline energy. Archangel Metatron, please take a space above our heads to complete the angelic sphere. And we invite now any other angels, archangels, any being of 100% pure love and light, elementals, spirit guides, ancestors, divine God, divine goddess energies, ascended masters, galactic beings, star seeds, star races, galactic councils. Please be with us now, if it's appropriate. And now bring your attention to your third eye and start to notice that purple swirling light that's starting to get bigger. And if you can't imagine or see that, just know that there's a purple swirling light there that's getting bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger, and it gets so big that you can step through that purple swirling light and find yourself in a corridor. This is the corridor that leads you to your Akashic Records. Start to walk down that corridor towards the large door at the end, just noticing that door, perhaps what it's made from, maybe what the door handle looks like, feels like. And on that door, you'll notice that there's some details, your full name, your date of birth and your place of birth. Just get a sense that those details are there. And once you do, place your hand on the door handle, open the door, step through the doorway and allow the door to shut behind you. As you step into your Akashic Records, taking a few more steps forward, just take in the splendor and the magnificence of your cosmic library, and all of the wealth of knowledge and wisdom that it holds. And just get a feeling for what it's like to stand in your own greatness, in all of that lifetime's worth of knowledge and insight, gifts and talents. This feels very, very grounding, but also like there's a sense of coming home, very comfortable. Take a few more steps forward. And I want you to start to head towards that long table in the middle of your Akashic Records. And there you'll notice your present lifetime book that's open and that has information already recorded from all of the decisions, choices, actions that you've taken today. And we're going to call in your Akashic Record keepers, the guides that wish to support you today, to start to feel some energies approaching from behind you. And I want you to turn around and notice which guides have presented themselves today. And if you don't know your guides, then please do ask for their name if they have one. And introduce yourself. Your guides are smiling and are delighted again that you're here today to connect with your Akashic Records, even if this is your first time consciously doing it. Your guides are pleased, delighted. And your guides know that you're here today to connect with any blocks or restrictions that are not supporting you with you feeling comfortable in your authenticity and truth. And your guides know that this still can be an issue. This can still be a challenge for us when we are surrounded by collective fears and judgments and old conditioning and programming that can affect our subconscious beliefs. But your guides know that you're here today to be able to release some of those connections, some of those entanglements, some of that trauma that isn't supporting you, that is on a level holding you back. And so your guide is inviting you to sit within a red armchair. You'll notice it in the left-hand corner of your Akashic Records. So start to walk over to that red chair and just notice what material it's made of. Is it leather? Is it fabric? Is it wood? Just get yourself comfortable in that chair. And you'll notice that your guide is pressing a button on the side of the chair. And the chair starts to glow. And there seems to be a warmth emanating from the chair. You can start to feel this underneath your sitting bones and perhaps around the back. It's almost like you're sitting on a heated seat. But it's not going to be too hot. It's just comfortable. It's relaxing. And what this is doing is this is working on any hidden blocks, fears, beliefs, trauma, programming that is specifically affecting the root chakra. So just allow that chair to glow, allow yourself just to feel that warmth, feel that heat of that healing. And this will just continue to activate. And your guide is now asking you to think of a situation in this present life, perhaps one that you've experienced this year, or maybe one from the past, one where you felt perhaps embarrassed about speaking up, about being authentic. So you perhaps changed your demeanor, changed what you said, maybe remained quiet. And then perhaps felt annoyed with yourself afterwards for acting in that way and for not standing in your power, regardless of what the situation was or how it would be received. Just think of a situation like that now. Bring it into the mind. We're requesting that something is brought into your consciousness. And if you can't think of anything, then just know that there will be still healing taking place. On a subconscious level, your higher self will bring forward what needs to be brought forward at this time. And once you have perhaps an image or an idea of what that situation is, I want you to bring it into a form. I want you to give it a shape. And once you have that shape, I want you to have it in your hands. So you can actually hold that emotion or that perception, that situation. And what we're going to do is we're just going to send some healing, first of all, to that, and some self-forgiveness. So just notice that from your hands and your heart, there's a beautiful green glow of energy that is being transmitted from the heart, down the arms, and through the palms of the hands, through the palm chakras. And you'll notice this shape, whatever you're holding, starting to glow green, starting to change, it's starting to transform. As you just release anything that feels a little bit icky, that doesn't feel in alignment for you, that feels inauthentic, maybe aspects of frustration, maybe guilt, maybe aspects of shame, embarrassment, regret. We're just releasing that now from that shape and just allowing ourselves to receive forgiveness and healing, letting ourselves off the hook for how we perhaps reacted, perhaps how we stayed hidden, stayed in the shadows. And you'll notice from this shape that there's a thread. And your guide is inviting you now to place that shape on your lap and start to pull the thread towards you. And as you're pulling that thread towards you, you'll notice on the end of that thread there's a book that you're pulling towards you. And this links you to a other lifetime that's actually the root cause of perhaps those feelings of shame and inauthenticity, not standing in your power. So your guide is inviting you to pick that book up and I just want you to notice the details of the book, maybe how big it is, if it feels heavy or if it feels quite light. Does it feel quite modern or old? Just get a sense what that book is. And if there's any numbers or words or symbols on the outside. And once you've got an idea of that, we're going to open up the book at a page that's going to give you clear insights on who you were in that lifetime, if you were male or female, what you did, what choices you were making that then could influence your present lifetime, that are perhaps blocking you from being fully authentic and fully standing in your truth and power. So when you're ready, I want you to open up the book at any page that feels applicable at any point. And you'll start to sense, feel, see, or imagine aspects of that lifetime starting to come in, starting to appear. And they may show themselves as a 3D visual in front of you. or it may be illustrations that you can work your way through, a little bit like a comic book. But get a sense of whether you're male or female and what you were doing. And was your power in whatever situation you can sense, feel, or see, was your power, did you give your power away because you feared the consequences in that lifetime? Or was it taken from you because you were standing in your power and it was just too much for certain people? How was this trauma or this power taken in this lifetime? And perhaps you gave your power away by not speaking up because you feared the consequences. Perhaps you thought that people wouldn't believe you. Or perhaps that power was taken from you because you did stand in your truth. You did share your beliefs. You did fight for a cause, but it was met with traumatic results and consequences. And so the fear in this lifetime, in the present, still remains within your body, within your Akashic Records, as a way to protect, a way to keep you safe. So just get a sense of what choice you made or how your power was given or taken. And what learnings can you take from that lifetime? What would you do differently now? And we're now going to close the book. And again, with your hands and your heart, we're going to send healing to all the souls involved in that lifetime. Forgiveness, compassion, love. And especially for yourself. So just imagine that this green healing energy is coming again from the heart. It's being activated. It's making its way up to the arms, down the arms, through the palms, into the book. And you'll notice that that cord that's linked to the present lifetime shape, that object, that situation, is now being dissolved. So we've now created a separation between those two lifetimes, just releasing anything that isn't serving you, that it was keeping you connected, which allows you to feel more safe and more comfortable with being authentic now. Your hands are starting to lose their glow. It's that book and all the lessons and all the learnings and all the knowledge and wisdom has been completed. Your guide steps forward, takes the book from you, and will return it back to its rightful place after we've left. So your guide just wants you to continue now to sit on the chair as we now invite 5 Arcturians to step in to the Akashic Records. And these 5 Arcturians may just present themselves as beings of light, or you may be able to see them clearly, or you may just feel a shift of energy as these beings step in and stand around you. And they're focusing their energies and their hands, their thoughts, their hearts, again towards the root chakra at the base of the spine. And they just want to further activate a sense of safety and security, a sense of feeling grounded and feeling safe in the physical body, in your physical life. Just allowing those Arcturians to send their energies, send their love. And you may feel a solidity around the root chakra, a real sense of belonging. And any anxieties or fears perhaps that you had before have been replaced with a sense of peace, a sense of calmness, and just a knowing that everything is going to be fine. It's going to be more than fine. It's going to be amazing. The Arcturians are now stepping back, and you'll notice the chair is just starting to stop glowing. And you can almost feel like there's a release now from the chair as you're able to stand up. Your guide is inviting you now to walk back to the present lifetime book on the table. And pulling that book towards you, you'll notice that there's already been healing recorded. An image or an illustration of that chair that was glowing red has already been placed within the book. And also the words that it's safe for me to speak my truth. It is safe for me to be authentic. I am safe. And these affirmations, these commands are now being furthermore installed into the Akashic Records and will act as anchors for you to connect in with on a superconscious level or subconscious level. Whenever you feel perhaps threatened on any level, or perhaps a little fearful, your higher self can bring those anchors, those words, on an energetic level back to you to bring that sense of peace. Whenever you can connect with your breath, when you feel stressed or anxious, that sense of peace will be more pronounced, enhanced, because it's in the Akashic Records. The affirmation will support that. So your guide is inviting you now to step back from the table, and your guide is giving you the advice to remain in your authenticity, to remain in your integrity, to stand in your power and truth. So now it's time to say goodbye to your guides. And you can do this in any way that feels appropriate for you. And then when you're ready, start to head towards the door of your Akashic Records. When you get to the door, just take one more look around. And then step through the doorway back into the corridor. Allow the door to shut behind you. And say actively out loud or in your mind, I now close my Akashic Records. Start to head towards that purple swirling light at the end of the corridor. And then when you're ready, start to step through that purple swirling light and start to bring yourself back into the physical body. Start to ground the messages and the healing. And anything that wasn't brought into your consciousness at this time, then that will be brought into your awareness over the next few days. And we're just going to ground the healing, which will continue to integrate over the next 24 hours. So drink lots of water to allow yourself to flush any toxins through, but also drinking water supports your connection with the Akashic Records also. It allows you to, water is a conductor, so it allows you to connect with your wisdom and your knowledge in a much easier way. So that's why it's really important to also stay hydrated, because it really supports you with your connection to the Akashic Records as well. And water holds its own wisdom as well. So do make sure that you get enough. Okay, so I do hope that that helped you. Do let me know what your journey was and what your comments and insights were as well about the decisions that you made in that particular lifetime and what you would do differently now. But we've just released those connections, which is going to allow you to feel more confident in your authenticity and your truth. So love and blessings. I'll speak to you soon, and do reach out if you'd like to connect with me one-to-one and go a little bit deeper into your own Akashic record with me. Okay, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.